And we are live, everyone. Welcome. My name is Trent, aka TD. I'm joined by Sam, aka Sanny, and we have Brandon from Warsaken joining us today. Brandon, how are you, my friend?
Good. Glad to be here. Excited.
Yeah, very much so. So we are looking at on the screen here. This is the testnet alpha of Warsaken Blitz, correct?
Yeah. So we've been working on this build for a long time. It's actually the version that we've got right now is a little bit ahead of this, but I kind of pulled this one from an earlier build so we can start playing against each other live. The new version is almost ready, and we're really close to the early access beta.
Yeah. So we were just talking in the pre-show about how impressive this is, and in fact, I know that Mount Doomy in our audience is the one who first mentioned it, so that like it caught my attention. He's like, the Blitz Alpha is up on YouTube. You could take a look at it, and it's like very impressive looking. And then I went and corroborated that, and yeah, I would say without a doubt, I'm very impressed. And then like my mind is like when you said it's built with React.
Yeah.
Your team is hella talented.
I mean, I think the well, I appreciate that. First off, thanks so much for the compliments. The thing is, we've tried really hard to kind of ride the line between needing really powerful
Sure.
computer and programming capabilities, and just trying to like balance that with overall visual style and making sure that it feels good and still plays well. And we've leveraged, I think, the latest in a lot of the React world, but I
Sure.
think
Yep.
we've done really good to bring full what feels like an immersive 3D kind of almost experience, um, to a React based product. So
R-
we're excited. It looks
right.
really good. We're excited for it.
Hell yeah. So I would say every indie React Wax project slash game out there, like you guys have been put on notice. The bar has been set for games on Wax in React, and we're looking at it. So
I appreciate that.
yeah.
So today we've been working on, like, you guys have been working on your decks. You guys
Yeah.
you're ready to throw down. I put in TD's deck in here earlier, and I've got mine in. So I kind of figured we'd start off, and then maybe we'd switch up to Sandy and see how that goes.
Yeah, Sandy.
They're watching.
Yeah, do you have your deck built?
Yeah, have you not? You built yours, right?
I did, yep.
Yeah, I built mine.
Sweet.
We're good to go. I don't know if you want to just jump in or if we want to talk about
Yeah.
some stuff
Well,
first, but
so I guess so we're
One thing
we're
you go.
I was just gonna say, so we're at like what looks like would be the start of a game.
Mhm.
Is there anything that we would have needed to know before this, before we
Well,
got
so
here?
so you would have had to have some NFTs, obviously some Warsaken NFTs in your wallet. You would have
Mhm.
had to have signed in and built a deck. The deck builder is pretty straightforward. It kind of walks you through what you're missing. There are some right now some training materials that aren't on there right now, but
Sure.
the Discord is really good at kind of filling the gaps there. So if you have any questions, pop in our Discord. Anybody in the Legion will be happy to
Yeah,
answer.
dude. On that note, shout out to Danielle for helping me out today, this morning, with my deck.
Yeah, she's fantastic. She's super
Yeah.
good. She's one of our moderators in the Discord. Amazing, amazing person. Very, very good moderator as well. Just active in the community and fantastic.
Yeah, man, agree 100%. So I built my deck. What wasn't quite intuitive, and so I knew that I needed four of each, and then
Yep.
I got all the way to the end, and then it said like I didn't have a G force, which I do now, but I
Yep.
didn't at the time. Can you tell us, like, I don't know what a G force is, but
Yeah.
if you can only use one of them and it warns you that you don't have one, like that sounds pretty important. Or
Well, so G forces aren't required for gameplay, but they're a good addition to your deck, and that's why it's actually just kind of a warning instead of like an error when you're building
sure.
your deck. But G force. So in the game, we have a bunch of really powerful forces. Some of them are mechs or big tanks or a very large ship, and those rank 4 super powerful forces cost a lot, and they cost a lot of different kinds of resources. one thing that we wanted to add to the game was some extra flavor there, and so we created what we called a G-Force variant of the same card. And a
Okay.
G-Force variant costs, when you're playing standard, it costs the exact same number of resources, but each of the resources is generic. So you can use any resource to pay for them. But because that advantage is super powerful, we limited the number of them that you could have in one deck to just one. One of the other factors is that they actually are worth about double, in most cases, XP compared to the normal version of the same card. And so when you're building a deck and you're going to get XP rewards for winning, we want to make sure that you're not getting too many rewards by putting in only G-forces throughout the whole
Sure.
deck. So that was part of the rationale behind that still being a restriction within Blitz as well.
And so I had 2 G-Force cards. I didn't have 4 of them. I had 2. I had a Kraken and I had an Apex. I noticed that they were both Force. Are they always? I guess so, right?
That's G-Force is always G-Force is always a Force. They really are just a copy of the same one, but they're given a special cost. They have a different look, and you can only have one, within the entire deck.
Awesome.
And not one pair of 4. I made that mistake. I was very confused as to why I was saying I had more than one. You need 1 G-Force of it, and then 3 of the regular force of it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's the best. In the game, you can have, when you're building a deck, you can have 4 copies of any same titled card. So it's the same name, right? So a G-Force Kraken is the same as a regular Kraken in terms of its title. So you can only have a total of 4 of those, even though one of them is a G-Force. So that obviously means you can only have 3 of the regular.
Yeah.
Another thing I'll say, as far as like things that didn't feel intuitive at first, I definitely think it's intuitive now, is where it shows like your output ratio, your force ratio, your arsenal ratio. Have y'all thought about putting like an example version of that before you start filling it? Because once I filled all the cards in, I was like, oh, this totally makes way more sense. I get what I'm trying to build.
Yeah, I think one of the things that you're both kind of touching on is, hey, like there's some more opportunity to be more intuitive and be more instructive as you build a deck. We're definitely going to be looking at all of that. The reality is right now we're just trying to get, obviously, the game to a place where people could play it. But once you can actually play the game, we're going to go back and do some of that more e-learning type stuff around when you start up and you're starting to build a deck, quick tips that kind of instruct, what things you can add, what kinds of things you should add. And we've kind of got some of that going on right now in the warning messages. They kind of alert you to the pieces that you could, add to a deck and what might make sense. And hey, it doesn't look like you have enough of this. You don't have to put more in, but it's kind of a good idea. That kind of information we've already got, and we're going to just keep building on.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm blown away now knowing how this was built. I had no idea. The fact that it searches for it knows what you're missing or I think I asked you in DM. I'm like, what was it again that I asked you? Show missing and all of that. And then when you finish, I see that it tells me that I have a 5,798 damage potential. So what does that mean? Is that good,
so
bad?
Every card has damage potential to it. Some of them are a little more complicated to calculate because they're not as straightforward of an effect. Most of the damage potential is related specifically to standard gameplay. You got to remember, a lot of this is more tailored towards standard gameplay, so people understand, how to build a deck for standard. But the damage potential is part of that. So how much your total force capability, your WMDs, how much you're really going to be able to deal. And it kind of helps you get an equilibrium around, how much you put in that is non-force related versus stuff that is force, related or WMD related. Are you going to be able to inflict enough damage or cause the opponent to, lose and become compromised and be able to attack the leader? And so every deck and every card is going to have different levels of that.
Okay.
And we have kind of an algorithm that defines how much, like, milling somebody for one card, which is to say, I'm going to force you to discard something just straight from your arsenal right into your discard. That amount of damage, that has an amount of damage because it's related to the total number of cards. If all of your cards have been depleted in your arsenal, you become compromised. just as if someone destroyed all 4 of your territories. So we have this kind of cool algorithm that helps us understand the differences between morale damage, milling someone, per card, and the amount of damage that's dealt to each individual territory.
Awesome. And then what about my health? My 1920, is your health going to be 1920 also? Is that static across?
So it's not. So inside Blitz, their health is kind of actually disregarded.
Okay.
You're just doing, you make a force match and it's going to take out a territory or a leader. You make a WMD match and it's going to blow up 2 territories. And that's pretty straightforward with Blitz. There's really no health as a part of the equation. But in standard, when you're playing, your health is a real, big factor. The more health you have, the more damage you can handle. So that whole concept of how much damage you're dealing, you want to know and understand how you're going to be able to sort of, defend against all of that with, your territories having higher health or not. And if your health is pretty low because your territories are kind of weak and your leader's weak, that can be a pretty big problem. You're going to have to do actively more to defend against attacks that are coming through.
Gotcha. All right, Sandy, what questions do you have?
I just had one question. I was going to ask where Warsaken, the name, came from.
Yeah, so originally the first iteration of the game was called Legion of War, and that's actually why our Legion is called the Legion in Discord.
Nice.
Legion of War was an attempt to get this thing started initially, and we actually launched it on Kickstarter, and it didn't fund because we didn't have enough cards to show. We didn't have the art to show. The project just wasn't developed enough that people trusted it. Right?
Sure.
So we went and, we invested our own money to come up with the art. We've built all of this since then, obviously. And, but one of the things that happened was we went for a trademark inside the US for Legion of War. And there was a game that had, a similar name enough that they denied us the trademark. And so we went back and we were talking to attorneys, and they're like, you got to come up with something that's more fanciful, something that's like completely unrelated to anything, just take a few words and mash them together, right. Kind of. And so as we were thinking about what is war, what is war about, war is a traumatic, incredibly painful thing for any nation or any people to go through. And the people who are left in the wake of war are often, I feel like, forsaken.
Yeah. That's
and as we thought about it, we thought that was a pretty cool word combo. So we came up with Warsaken.
I think it works really well, that combo.
Yeah, NFT Andy, what's up, friend? And Brandon, really quick, while I'm thinking of it, it's kind of off topic, but it was pointed out by one of our community members to me specifically. I was working on our new website and getting people to test it and whatnot. And between that and I believe it was pointed out on wallet.wax.io. So I know that you guys don't use like the traditional IPFS hashes. I believe that your images are pointed at a server, so they don't show on wallet.wax.io. If you're in that wallet, I did let the ambassadors know.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's something. It used to work, and we're not sure exactly what changed there. But yeah, the images are stored on our CDN, obviously, because we want to be able to, make sure that they're as fast as possible and as widely distributed.
They're amazing. They're all, I guess, they're all MP4s, right? And
we have they're not actually. We have a mix of technologies. We have WebP files.
Oh, nice.
We have APNG files, which are animated PNGs. And we have, MP4s for a lot of the pack related images.
Gotcha.
And then we've got static image copies of all of that stuff so that we can do things like turn off animations and stuff.
So my thermal ash is an APNG. I guess I never looked at that. No shit.
And APNG and WebP both have, their pros and cons to them. And so we actually just ended up doing both and kind of like intelligently, try and switch between them when it makes more sense.
I'm going to have to do some homework after this, dude. This is awesome. All right. Sandy, I think I'm ready to get a couple W's under my belt. What about you?
I'm ready.
We'll see. All right. So I've got the game ready here, and I'm ready to go first. You can see my deck is down here. I'm playing basically both sides for us. So TD, I'll take your instructions and I'll make the moves for you, but it'll swap between sides. So if you have any questions, let me know as we go, but I'm just going to go ahead and roll.
Okay, and Sandy, can you just keep an eye on comments because I'm going to go full screen here and I won't be looking
Yeah.
at them.
And so I rolled a 2, and this is not really a good roll. Actually, that's pretty terrible. So I'm going to go ahead and play just a couple of cards, and then that'll end my turn automatically. So you tell me when you want to roll.
Yeah, go.
All right, so you got a 4, so this is much better.
Okay.
And so now you can see in your hand you've got a couple of matches. So you need.
What is it? What is it matching? When you say it's got a couple of matches, like what?
Yeah, so you've got 2 copies of Nathan Smith here, for example, right? So
if
you use these and you make a 3rd match, you'll be able to destroy one of my territories. And Intel has like a different ability. When you make a match of Intel, you can bounce a card off of my side. I've got stuff on the table here.
Okay.
You can bounce, or you could cause me to discard, or you could cause me to dump cards off of the top of my arsenal.
I see. So this is my opening hand. It came random out of the 60 I selected. The objective from here on is to get 3 and use them, right?
Yep. So like if I was going to recommend, what to do, I would be looking at things that already have a pair in your hand. So you've got a couple of Intel cards over here, and you got a couple of John Ryders and a couple of Nathan Smiths.
So I don't have to hold them. I need to put them down.
Yeah, and so you rolled a 4, so you drew 4 cards, and you have 4 actions. And an action will take, if you put a card from your hand down, that takes 1 action.
Gotcha.
You only have 4 piles on the war zone. So if you fill them up and you want to play something that's not matching one of those, you'll have to remove something, and that takes an action too.
Gotcha. All right, so I would think it would make sense to put a force down, right?
Yeah. So do you want to go John Ryder or Nathan Smith?
Let's go with let's do both.
Bumping again.
So I'm going to hit play all, and that plays both of those.
Boring.
That's this little icon down here. You can play individual cards separately. And that's your turn. So now it's back to me. So I rolled a 6.
Damn.
So now I'm going to try and stomp you. And I have a couple of WMDs here, and I have a risk of if I played both of these.
Yeah.
I can only actually do 1 match of WMDs per Blitz game. So if you make a second match, it'll just automatically discard it because it doesn't do anything.
Interesting.
The first time you make a match, it'll destroy or eliminate 2 of the opponent territories. So it's really powerful, and that's why you can only use it once.
Right.
So I'm going to play a couple of these, and I think I'm going to wager that these ones are going to get pulled, and I think I'm going to end my turn early.
So that WMD rule is going to play into the strategy of the deck building, right? Like you're obviously not going to want to load up, but maybe you do want to have at least more than 1 set to increase your odds.
It's tough, yeah. Like you could put just 1 set in and roll the dice on that, or you could put 2 sets in or 3 sets in. But if you end up getting a match multiple times, obviously it doesn't do anything. So
okay, does clicking on a number on the dice do anything? Is there any Easter eggs plugged in
there?
No,
no, not yet. Maybe someday. Not right now, for sure. Weather also, if you get a weather match, it will allow you to get an extra turn or bonus you 3 actions.
Okay. And now I know when I built this, I was aiming at like my highest rarity or the most scarcest. Does that benefit me now that I'm playing?
Well, this game not in particular because we're playing the alpha build, but in the real version that goes live post beta, you'll actually earn XP for each win, and so using higher rarities will earn you more overall XP.
Gotcha. Okay, so it looks like I have another force pair, and I get how many actions?
You have 2 actions because you rolled a 2.
Gotcha.
So you could drop these weather cards, which might
do it.
Okay. All right, now it's back to me. I rolled a 4. I still don't have a match. I'm a little hesitant to put. Filling up your piles is kind of dangerous.
In the shadows.
But I think I'm going to risk it. I'm going to drop a couple extra forces here. I'm going to end my turn early.
Click on the Warsaken logo. There you go.
There you go. You rolled a 3. So you got a weather card, but I don't know if you had this before, but it's not the same as the one that you have down. So that's not a match. And
that was probably bad deck building in hindsight.
No, it's fine. I think it's good to put a couple of extra weather, copies in there because you want to have the ability to gain some extra turns and especially at strategic moments.
I have
You've
3
got
piles filled. I have nothing to match yet. Drop 2 of my forces down. The one in the middle. The robo dogs. Yeah.
You want to do the dog? Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna. Yeah, there they go.
There you go.
The Black Mirror doggies. Yep.
Oh man, I rolled a 6.
Shit.
Okay, so now you're gonna start feeling some pain because I have lots of actions. I've got 6 actions, and I've got this WMD. See, I laid down 2 earlier.
Yeah.
And now I get to blow up 2 of your territories.
So no, not that one. We have the same amount of territory, right?
Yeah. There you go. So now you'll see, not only did you lose those 2 territories, you lost the morale associated with them. So now you're down to 14 morale.
Yeah, Danielle was telling me to pick things with low morale, I believe, or that lost low morale.
Yeah, so now you're going to lose a 3rd one.
Damn it.
And then we're going to go for more of those. Select target. And so now your leader, which has got this lock icon around it right now. So now you're compromised, even though you have some morale left.
Yeah,
you're compromised because your territories are eliminated. So now the next force match I make, I can eliminate your leader. And that's how quick a Blitz game goes.
Yeah, damn.
I'm going to play 1 more card, and that'll end my turn. So you got to win pretty quick here, or you're going to be toast.
Right? Yeah. I don't think that. I don't think I'm going to win this one. It's okay though. It's okay.
Oof! Almost nothing in there.
Yeah, dude. Fuck.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, so I'm locked up with my piles, right?
Yep. So if you wanted to make a move, you'd literally have to You'd have to use these 2 actions just to take something off. So
let's just end our hand and just move on.
Fingers crossed. Oh, I rolled a 1.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play this still anyway, and then that'll be the end of my turn.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you got some matches.
All right.
You've got an intel match, but you won't be able to play all of those because you only have 3 actions. But you do have a force match.
Send the dogs. Yep.
Right. And this is my largest morale loss territory that I have. It's a -5.
Gotcha. So now am I able to see that? Like, how would I mean? You obviously
you can click on each one of these. And just look at them. They're on the bottom of each one. This one loses 6. I forgot. Sorry. I wasn't trying to trick you.
So it's you're gonna need to know to look for that.
Yeah.
To get very good.
Ultimately, playing a morale game, you'll be taking that into account more.
Yeah.
In this particular, strategy, you might just be going after just taking out all 4 territories, and it doesn't really matter how much morale you lost. Like I've compromised your leader just by taking it.
Right. Okay. Do I have any other forces to drop?
So you could drop the hammer here, and then if you make a morale a morale match, like rebuild the territories here.
Oh yeah.
That will get you. You can either take 6 of my morale or gain 3 of your own. Although you really don't need to gain it because it won't do anything at this point.
Right. So let me ask you this: I can't drop the 3. You already said that.
Yeah,
and then my weather isn't matching, right? Like there's a storm in my hand. Okay.
Yeah, like I think a big roll if you roll a 6 on your next turn, if you even get a next turn, for example.
Sure.
You could end up getting 1 of each of these 3 cards that are remaining, get an extra turn,
right.
Take out my 2 territories with those guys, have another match maybe in your hand. It just kind of depends on what you roll.
Yeah, I would say we need to stay offensive and drop those 2 forces, the crack shot forces down. Yep.
Okay. Goes.
And just hope for the best.
Oh, I only rolled a 2, but I'm going to show you what happens when you make a intel match. So I can choose to bounce 3 of your cards, force you to discard 3 cards, or mill 6. So I'm going to bounce. So I'm going to bounce this force, which will discard it. This
stronger.
one, which will discard it. This one, which will discard it.
So now, you're getting these out of your hand?
Yeah. So now you had 2 matches down, and now you only have 1.
Oh,
This is where it kind of starts to feel, I think, perhaps like I'm slaughtering you. But I don't.
Yeah.
Send me
No,
in.
undoubtedly.
There was a lot of smack talk leading up to this match.
It was, and I'll always do that because that makes it more fun. Shit. All right. I guess so. Are they shaking because?
Yeah, because you have 3 of them, so you could make a match and bounce my cards, just like I bounce your cards.
Yeah, so I think, and I have an open slot to do that, or it would cost a move.
You have enough that if you remove one of these 3, you can still play those.
Yeah, let's. I would say take the weather out, dude.
So your weather you have 2 of. So if I took both of them, so you
shit, you're right. Okay,
you got to take one of these 3.
And those are all forces, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Which was the most recent one that I put down? I forget.
This one.
Yeah, let's get that one out of there.
Can I interrupt to ask a question?
Shoot, yeah.
Dargu, one of the other Wax ambassadors who clearly you're here, said, is a translation of the maps planned?
So in terms of the language on all of the cards and stuff, is that what, like the different locales?
I would assume.
Yeah, so
because they make French content.
Yeah, so we've talked a lot about it. That's something that we want to do, but it's definitely going to take a while for us to get further down that road to be able to do it. I think my camera just fell off. I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, we lost your video. Sandy, we should be driving the answer or the solution, or at least some potential solutions there. Because we needed. This is not the first time that we've, even in the last few days, that we've needed something in French, and so I think it would behoove us to go out and try to find a few people that we could tap and say, hey, can you translate this, and then can you proofread this, and then have somebody at the top of that chain that can approve that it says what it's supposed to say. I think that would be great.
I feel like the ambassadors could get together and do that.
Word, yeah,
because there's the different languages are spread throughout everybody who's in there.
Yeah. All right.
Which I think it was Funny Cats who needed a French.
Yeah.
Like, we don't speak French, so we couldn't interview them. But Dargu, if you've heard of Funny Cats, that's one to check out.
Okay, Brandon, where were we? I was about to drop my intel. Yeah. Go for it. Yep. Sweet.
Okay, so you can make me discard, bounce, or mill. Bouncing is a smart move right now.
Yeah,
I'll be able to bounce my forces
entirely. Right. And then just so I understand, mill it means what? It's discard.
So milling would take 6 cards off of my arsenal and put them into my discard.
Gotcha. But
it's a little bit of a trading card term,
Yeah. It's but those. Okay. Yeah. Let's go with the bounce. Mill is random, right? Just the top 6 or the RNG chooses. Okay.
In the shadows.
And I think it would make a lot of sense to get rid of all of my forces, but I don't know.
Hell yeah.
Okay, all right.
Send me in.
Select target.
Tracking.
Select target.
Target acquired.
All of those.
So did you?
Where
shadows. Did these voices come from? Did you hire voice actors?
Yeah, we hired a lot of voice actors. And it was a lot of work organizing and making sure that they sounded good. And we have a lot of cards that are still missing. Let's say that again.
Coleman talked about that a bit on the past streams of different voice actors.
Yep. Yeah,
I feel like that would be a pretty fun part of making a game.
It is pretty cool, and it's fun to write the lines and then work with the work with the artists to have them read them and see how they kind of perform them and ask them to make changes or tweak stuff. And it is a long process, though, to say the least.
Hey, Cosmos 11 is in the chat.
Yay!
Was it cool seeing your characters come to life?
It was really cool, and it's been something that's been going on for years at this point, and so it's exciting to see it starting to kind of come to fruition. So.
Yeah, dude, we got some awesome projects and ambassadors and community members in our stream right now. Shout out to Champa and Dargu and all of these guys. All right, I'm getting my ass kicked here. Just FYI.
You've got some stuff though. So you've got a force or a morale match, which would give me
Take some points down, right?
Yeah, I'd lose six morale, and then you could also do, these soldier barracks and go get stuff out of your discard pile. So you have, like the stuff that got discarded.
Oh no shit!
You could go get those back if you.
I can get my dogs back, all of them.
Yeah, you could get all 3 of your dogs back right now if you want. You'd only be able to play 2 of them, but you could get all 3 of them back.
And so there's nothing I can do right now to other than, so it's either morale or recon, right, or whatever.
So yeah, the buildings. Yeah, so it just depends on which one you want to go for.
Welcome Raiders. Thank you so
I would
sneaky for
say
the raid.
let's go get the puppies.
Go get the puppies. All right, we're going dog hunting.
Yeah, dude.
For those who just raided in, if you're not familiar, we're playing Warsaken. Is this beta or alpha?
This is the alpha
test
build.
net.
Alpha.
So, yeah,
This is the alpha.
test
Beta's
build.
coming really soon, and it'll be a public available beta. You'll have to get whitelisted, but you can get on. It's pretty
okay, and now and then since I have 2 actions, and
yeah,
I
you could
can't-
play. You could play
could play
these 2.
two.
You could play 2 dogs, or you could play 2 of these. Morale cards. It's up to you which one you want to do. You can also go for the long game here and see if you can get lucky and pull.
Yeah, drop those 2 WMDs down. Let's do that.
Cosmos11 has a question for Brandon. That I was always scared for trading card games on blockchain since there's no editing in terms of stats. Once the card is out there, there is no buffs and nerfs on it. What is the solution for this?
Yeah, so actually the beautiful part about the way we structured is a lot of the card information is not stored in the template for the individual NFTs. And so the NFT has information about where you can see the latest stats on a given card. And then that was part of the driving force behind moving, our images to a CDN, so we can make changes to cards if necessary. And I think in most cases, instead of, just for saying a card is banned and it can't be used, it's always, I think, better to do a slight nerfing if necessary. We're going to really try hard not to ever have that happen, and I don't think we'll need it, but we've got it there, and we were smart enough to put that in the process.
Yeah, I think wouldn't mutable attributes also solve that problem?
Yeah, it expands the template content, which isn't necessarily needed. But yeah, that is a place that you could have had that type of data.
Yeah, we've I don't know if you saw our stickers. If not, we'll have to send you one because there's a pretty cool we've been changing the images on them just to test it out. It's kind of like our promo stickers. There's the TD and a Sandy, and we've been changing our outfits like once a week or so, and I'm just testing different methods of doing that. It's a lot of fun.
So I just gained 3 morale and an extra.
Shit. So the ultimate, I win when I take out your leader.
Capture them.
Fuck. Is that it?
Yeah. Toast.
Yeah, dude. All right.
You talked a lot of smack and you put up a good fight.
Did I already? Sandy, watch how fast you go down. It's not. What was the time? Did we have?
It wasn't a very long game. I mean, honestly, that was a
Don't say
longer
that.
game than normal. Like you can actually play a lot of games of Blitz pretty quick. That's the beautiful part about it.
Watch how fast Sandy gets beat.
Stop this.
Are you ready? You ready, Sandy?
I am ready.
Okay, I got to pull your deck info in really quick. So let me just give me 1 second here while I pull that in.
Your turn to watch the chat, TD.
Yeah, I got it, dude. I got it. Shout out So Sneakery. Thanks for the raid, my friend. Yeah, this is Warsaken Blitz on the testnet since alpha. Brandon, are you familiar with Cosmos 11, the game?
A little bit, yeah. I've
Yeah,
seen
I am.
they came out just before, just after we launched on the Wax blockchain. So everybody was kind of paying attention to them at the same time.
Yeah, you bet, Dargu. Thank you for stopping by, friend.
All right, this is a good start for me. So I'm going to play all of these and just gain that extra turn right off the bat.
The outbreak has begun.
Both of those in one of these and hope that I get a match on my second turn. And it did.
This can't be contained.
I swear I'm not.
No.
Yeah.
Off the bat.
Yeah.
Oh, Oh, that's so fast.
Yeah,
This is a
You're
fast
eliminated.
one. I don't. I'm sorry.
This is
I feel
what-
bad about it a little bit.
Yeah.
You're good.
There you go, man.
Okay, roll a 6. That is.
Yeah.
Oh, see, look,
If I
you've
get
got
to
a
ask
match.
you what to do,
You've got a match
Oh,
right
yeah.
off the bat, too.
I will definitely take that match.
Okay,
Nice.
so I'm going to go ahead and put all 3 of these down.
Select
And then
target.
this is my highest morale territory.
Let's get rid of it.
See how much faster this match is going, just coincidentally. Just higher rolls and good matches. So you've got 2 WMDs as well. Like the chances that you pull.
Yeah,
the
I think
other
I
one's
should
pretty
save
high.
those in my hand so you can't get rid
Bounce
of
'em.
them.
It's clever strategy.
Probably keep the 2 soldiers in my hand too.
Okay.
I don't know my deck well enough to like recognize half the card. I feel like playing the missile silo would work.
Okay, let's do it.
Pulling up my deck now on the other screen so that I can double check the cards.
Keep an eye on it. Okay, so see now I have, this is the sad part, I have an extra match. I got my WMDs, but I can't do anything with them. Now I do have some weather cards in the discard pile, and I happen to have a building match, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to return those weather cards to my hand, so I've got them. With one of my actions.
Which weather card is that?
This is Tsunami. So I'm going to drop one of those down, and then pass the turn. Okay, so this is what you got. Nothing jumping out as a match, obviously. But
Do I have any buildings there? I don't think so.
you have, so you can see this one's.
Yeah, the
it's
silo's
got
a building. Is the
Yeah, it's-
we placed the silo last turn, right?
Yeah, so that's a second silo. So you can see the green border. It's a little bit not standing out quite as much on this particular card, but the
Okay,
green
I will
border-
place the silo and the territory that's or building that's there. Or that's not a building. What is that card?
So the silo, you played the silo last time, and then you played a second one this time. So now they're stacked up, and if you make a third match, you can go get your Goliaths back out of the discard, or something else if there's more in there by then.
What is my far right card there? Sorry.
So you've got the Lasting Blizzard,
Ruffle
is the weather card. Freezing Rainstorm. You've got 2 orbital.
I will
sun
play
cannons.
the Lasting Blizzard. Yeah.
I like it. It's a good move. And you've got one more action left.
I'll play the Rainstorm too. Just put both the weather cards down.
So, Brandon, is there any way for our community members to engage in beta play? Is there, or is it just going to be like when it releases, it'll be out to everybody? Is there a beta sign up sheet or anything?
There will be a beta sign up sheet. Yeah. So basically, the beta is you're gonna need to get whitelisted, but the beta. We're totally fine with anybody playing it. We just want to make sure that they're understanding that we're still working on it. There's a few things that are needing to be
Right.
Like we've got performance things we're still working through, and some mobile
Sure.
responsive stuff that we're still doing because all this works on mobile as well.
Yeah. that's amazing.
And so all of that work is just like in progress, and so we don't want people to have the wrong impression. So we mostly want to have just a moment to talk to them about it before they jump in. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, that's and you know what I've learned, even when you say like hey, I don't need feedback on this. I know things are broken. I'm only showing it to you so you can see it. Like it doesn't matter.
I'll take a look.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I think I'm losing on this turn.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to take the next turn. We got to see what happens there.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I had a
Next.
timer on this one, Sandy. I'm certain that you're gonna get beat faster.
To be fair, I
In
asked more
position.
questions.
Oh, you did ask more questions? Yeah. Did I?
We need you to interrupt Brandon more so that he stops whooping on me.
All right, let's see what you. Oh, you
Ooh,
rolled a
a
6.
six.
That's a good deal. So you've got
Still no
building
matches
match.
though.
No, you've got a building match right here, which allows you to go get these things.
Oh,
back.
that'll make 3. Yeah, I forgot there's 2 down. I was thinking there's 1. So I'll make the building match. Definitely. Raise 3.
These can go straight to
Just
you.
raise all of them, and then
All again.
I'll honestly just play small back down.
Yep, that's exactly what you should do.
Select target.
You blow away this territory quick. Now we're a lot closer all of a sudden. Look at that.
And then the weather card, I think.
Yep.
Do I have more? Oh yeah, I forgot the die shows how many turns I have left.
You have 1 action left.
I don't really want you to trash the rummage card, but I guess I'll put the propaganda card down.
Okay, that's a good move. Good morale. Like, yeah, that would help if you did, only take out 1 more territory. And I got a low roll.
Oh shit! Boom.
I can play 2 of these, but I can't quite get to the 3rd.
So I gotta get lucky here.
Of course, not bad. You got another propaganda match. You got 2 Night Eagles. Still have your 2 Hirekins, and you now have Kinetic Space Strike this show.
What would you suggest here?
I mean, I would
I don't even know.
play the propaganda just because you've got it, and then I think I would put down probably the Night Eagles or the Dreadnoughts just so that you've got a force smash potentially down. That's what I would do. But
I'm up for propaganda and then the Dreadnoughts.
there you go. And then you're out of, unless you want to pull this weather back so you have a free pile. You do have 1 action left, so that's the only thing.
No, I'll leave it out there, I guess.
All right.
Turn.
Let's see what we do. 3. And I have 1.
Send me in.
Yeah, I'm done.
So I want to blow away your last territory, and now your leader's going to go. I need a force match to do it, though.
Compromised.
So I have 2 Dexters. So I'll
Tracking.
just go ahead and play 2 of those, and then we've got at least 1 more turn to make some moves.
See what happens. I need a 6 pretty.
Oh,
help.
dang.
Oh, I finally have a match on the force card.
And so that was the thing. Like, if you had pulled this weather card from the last turn, you would have been able to put down at least 2 of these.
Would that really help me if you're still gonna get me on the next turn, though?
Probably
I'll just end my turn.
Okay, all right.
I admit defeat now.
Brendan, where can I
negative
find
5.
Target acquired. Select target.
We'll take him by surprise.
Leader eliminated.
It is. Did you have did you have a question, TD?
Yeah, where can I find the whitelisting requirements for?
So we haven't published the list yet, and the reason is just because we want to get the actual beta complete and then make the announcement. And what we'll have is a form that you fill out that'll have put in your wallet, put in your Discord ID, and then we'll reach out to you and just make sure that you understand kind of like what you're going to be facing in terms of performance and everything. And mobile, not quite ready yet. We're getting close. In fact, mobile actually might be ready by beta anyway. But so yeah, that's kind of the current state of things.
Sweet. All right. Just had a question from the audience. I think that satisfies that answer.
And I don't know why my camera cut out. I can't seem to be there. So we could play more games, or we could answer questions, or a bit of both.
Can I try to beat you again? I want a rematch. Oh, who got a tenant pull? Kron?
Someone pull a tenant. That's fantastic.
And a tenant pull so bad.
Refresh really quick here.
I have the 1 loot leader. So
Yeah.
I got 1 loot card.
Yeah. There we go. Call me trader. It's coming up, man. It's coming up really soon here. Brendan, you a football fan?
I think he got disconnected.
Oh, did he? Damn. Device disconnected. Yeah. Oh shit! You know what? While he's disconnected, speaking of pulling tenants, why don't I go pull one of those?
Dang, that's dope, Kron. Some good timing. It was meant to be. I started saving my loot. I was gonna buy a loot pack today, but
Yeah. Let's see what I got here.
I was thinking I'm gonna save up and then try to open like a bulk of them.
Yeah. Word. I don't hear anything. I guess it's not muted though.
It doesn't make the sound until it like launches.
Oh,
the
gotcha.
backup link.
Gotcha. Yeah, dude. I am shocked that that game is built with what it's built with. Oh shit! It's loud as hell. All right.
I got an
what is that?
Apex.
Yeah.
G-Force. It's not bad.
Hell yeah, dude. Now I got 2 of these.
I hacked. That's
Yeah.
pretty good. Dreadnought.
Sorry about that. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're good. I had a
I fell
pack to
off.
open.
It's a camo. It's good for upgrading
Yeah.
source cards.
Yeah, I got another GeForce Apex.
Oh, should
Go
Okay.
1-on-1.
Yeah, so play 1-on-1. TD versus Annie.
You guys want to do that? I could totally do that. Let's do it.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll preface this with a disclaimer. So Sani is by far the gamer of the 2 of us. So it's going to be super embarrassing for him to lose in his, in his field here, in his space here live on Twitch.
Good.
Yeah.
Were you smack talking me? I was reading the chat. I did not hear what you said.
I was just telling everybody how that, like, as far as NFT gamer is concerned, like, you definitely cover the gamer part.
Oh,
And so it's
you're
gonna be super-
inverse smack talking.
No.
You're gonna make me look
Let
bad when I
let
lose.
me finish. Yeah, exactly. Let me finish. I said so. It's going to be extra embarrassing to have him lose to a non-gamer.
I'm almost done here. All right. I think this should load up both of your profiles. There you go. So Sani's up first.
Yeah. All right.
Rolled a 5. That's good.
God damn it.
This is me, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got golds in there and stuff, and
I shouldn't touch any cards and give any insights. I'm just going to randomly touch a bunch of cards now.
yeah.
Should I place both the Lasting Blizzards and the
Yeah.
Phoenix cards? Probably
Those are
should
good
place
moves.
the Goliath instead, but it's too late now.
Still have one more
I-
action.
Trying to think.
So this is a good question, Brandon. If this were online, would there be a timer?
So there's no timer because you can actually walk away from a game and come back later and keep playing. So you can it's like passive asynchronous gameplay. So I could make a move and then walk away and keep going. There's going to be a couple of versions that we're going to have, so you can select whether or not you want to like have a timer version or you want to have like
Gotcha.
a normal version. The timer version though is just like a if you don't make a move within a certain period of time, you're going to lose your
Right. Yeah.
I'll place the
Gotcha.
Viper as the last card.
The Viper.
Viper.
Good move. Like the Viper. All right, TV.
All right, here we go.
You rolled a 2.
It's nice.
Ah,
Drop those WMDs down.
I think that's a good move. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good thing to do with 2.
what
Yeah.
happened to not giving hints?
Sorry. I couldn't help myself. I know TD needs it. That's all.
Shit.
I'll complete the Goliath.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's the force. All right.
All right. So his highest morale damage.
You're not supposed to tell him that. He needs to
We'll
think
give
for
it
himself and make sure
green
that
one.
The green one.
Good stuff.
Toast.
And then I
You got one action left.
I'll skip it. Leave space. That kind of screwed me the last time I didn't do that.
Yeah, smart.
All right, boom. Drop
Really,
that.
TD.
6.
Oh,
Yeah,
3.
God damn, it's all right. I got. Put my A9 hammer heads down.
There you go.
And
I like the aggressiveness.
yeah.
I think Blitz is kind of a game of aggression. So I think
yeah. What does Nathan Smith do?
He's a force, so if you make a match with him, he'll destroy a territory, just like the needle here.
Gotcha. And I have 2 slots occupied, right? So I have a third. Yeah, go ahead and drop Nathan down.
Be careful.
There he is, and the turn is back to you, Sammy.
Ooh, a 2. Oh, and no match.
Yeah, there we go.
Now you. Oh, I'm not gonna give hints. Dang it! Sorry.
Ah!
How about we put the dreadnoughts down?
I'm sorry. I can't help. I can't help myself.
You're
What
good.
is so I guess I don't understand why was that the move there?
Well, because he only has to, he's gonna get a big roll eventually, and he's gonna have those forces down, so it'll be helpful.
Yeah, and if I roll a 3 and I pull all 3 of those cards, I could win right there.
Right, cool.
Oh snap! Oh,
All right, so yeah, let's drop that. Yeah, I was dropping that.
I
That was heaven.
I did it again.
It was the flashing card. You're
Yeah,
good.
it was blinking.
Yeah.
I can't say it wasn't. So
Yeah. So is his highest rarity are going to be the ones with the most
No,
morale lost?
It's literally going to be, regardless of the variation. It's always going to be look at the bottom
Gotcha.
line. There.
Okay.
I just kind of picked the biggest hits for you on that one, but
Yeah.
pretty good move.
Okay. Oh, and then that's the end.
Yeah,
of my
you only
turn.
had the one, but it was good. It was a good move.
Yeah. Gotcha. All right, Sandy.
That
How come your
Viper
cards aren't
matches
moving?
with one
like
of
mine
them,
were?
right?
Say that again.
The Viper's green because there's one of them down, right?
Yep, exactly.
I guess I'll just place the Viper and then in my turn.
Yeah, see, now all of his piles are full, so if he doesn't get something that matches in the next turn, like he's just throwing away two actions right now.
Sure.
Well, what could I have done with those actions?
Well, you could. I don't know that I would have done anything different. I think that was a pretty good move, honestly, because it was a good. You're likely going to get another one of those at some point, and you're probably going to pull something that matches one of the others pretty soon. But
I feel like
Damn,
have
I've
to,
got no
right?
matches with a 5, huh? That sucks.
got a
bunch of
few.
twos.
A lot of
Show me-
twos.
What do I have down again? I opened up a space. Oh, I have 2 spaces opened up. Great. All right, let's drop down 2. There, give me the force, which is that one worked. Is there a difference with what in Blitz with what
Not in Blitz.
damage? Okay, cool.
Nope.
Yeah.
Brandon?
What's that?
Am I right?
Yeah,
There's no
no.
difference.
There's no difference in terms of damage or health when it comes to Blitz.
Gotcha. All right, and let me put down those 2 tsunamis because I haven't seen what weather does yet, and I want
That's a
to.
good move. Get an
see
extra
what-
turn if you make a match there.
Yeah, and yep, I guess we didn't have anything left, right? Sweet.
Yep. Oh
Take
man.
that.
Oh snap. See, this is what I was talking about earlier.
Both of the matches.
Select target.
Yeah.
I guess I should ask you which one you want. This one's a 4. These are 2. Both of these are 3.
The Smoke Noir and the one with the oil mines. Aren't those oil mines?
Oh, that wasn't. I got mistaken.
Select target.
This is the Dreadnought fields.
if you're the player to attack territory second, like, do you lose XP for that, or are you just like a worse player?
No. If you lose the game, if you lose the game, you don't get any rewards. But if you win the game, you get a lot of rewards, and that's dependent on what cards you used in the gameplay.
Yeah. Gotcha.
I'd like to place the orbitals.
Oof. He's going for a brutal victory there.
Good luck.
Oh, he rolled a 6.
Yeah.
Hey, look at you. Look, you've got some good matches too.
All right. So the ones that are shaking means that they can go and destroy. Yep. So let's fire those off.
Select target.
Yeah, let's do that.
I think he might win here.
This is the biggest one.
Yeah. Take him out of there. I think I got another one. Yep. Send that one.
Select target.
So now your leader's going to be compromised.
What is that? So what does that mean?
So that means you can, in the next force match you make, you can attack the leader instead of a territory.
Gotcha.
And there are 3 ways to compromise a leader. You can have their morale reduced to 0, have no cards left in the arsenal to draw from, or destroy all 4 territories. Any one of those, is compromised your leader.
Okay. And what do the intels do again?
So these you can choose to force him to discard.
Oh, right. Yeah,
bounce cards off of his piles, or you can have him take cards out of his arsenal and directly discard them.
Right. Okay. Can I just see what I have down again in my piles real quickly?
So you got 1 Nathan Smith and 2.
All right, sweet. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the intels, because I have 1 more Nathan Smith to add. That's what I'll add there. So let's bounce them.
Select
Okay.
target.
Do you want to bounce 1 off of each pile? You get to bounce 3 cards.
Yep.
Okay. 1 off of each.
Select
So
target.
Sandy, the strategy would be to get a building match that allows you to go get those out of your discard, or you might get the 4th card, and then it's not that big of a deal.
And then I can throw down Nathan, right? Yep.
Boring.
Oh my gosh, this is actually looking pretty tough here.
Needed a bigger roll. I guess I'll put down the WMD in the weather.
Yeah, so right now, had you not had those bounced, those matches are in the discard right now, right? So if you had a building match, like let's say
I would have won right there, right?
If you had a building match with these 2, and 1 more of them, you could go and get, these couple of cards, and you could have come back and.
In that case, I'll use my last turn and put a building down.
Which one do you want to put down, the guard tower or the G Titan?
G Titan.
Yeah, seems good.
Yeah.
All right.
In case I don't.
Yeah.
go high enough.
Let's.
Oh, that's a big roll.
Yeah. Let's finish this.
Oh, no matches. No matches. I mean, we've got intel matches, but.
Yeah, that's surprising. So yeah, let's throw the intels, right? That's what we have to do.
Now you can force him to bounce, discard, or mill.
Yeah, let's bounce again. Let's get all of the anything with the 2. Yeah, so the 2 2s and a 1, right? Yeah.
Yep. Which one do you want to bounce now?
The one that is. They're both forces, right?
This is a force.
Yeah.
The other one's
This
WMD.
is a building.
Oh,
This is
and then-
WMD.
and he's only got 1 of those, right?
And this is a weather.
Yeah, get the WMD out of there. And,
There you go.
yeah.
And now you've still got 2 actions left.
Yeah, let's drop down our 4. We have 2 forces. Is that what that?
You've got 1 force in John Ryder, and then you have weather and intel and.
Yeah.
buildings.
Shit. Let's drop down the other 2 weathers. I can't believe I still haven't gotten them. Yeah. Now we're just waiting on
The
one of
elusive
them.
weather.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, that's. A
that
terrible
hurts.
roll.
Yeah.
I'll put down the missile.
Yeah.
Oof.
That was a dagger right
Ow.
there.
So your win-loss record is being tracked, and it's like forever on the blockchain, right? Even in the testnet environment.
No.
No.
Well, I'm deleting the VOD after this.
This will never even hit. Are we? We're not even live, are we? This is all. It's all pretend.
Yeah.
All right,
It is
let's
now.
do it.
We cut the live feed. A few minutes.
Boom.
There it is, right
Be
there.
careful.
That's the win.
Finish him.
Select target.
I'll do what a baron
All
must.
right.
Leader is
TD.
Yeah.
Well,
Screenshot that.
Take a screenshot. Yeah, I was gonna
Hell
say.
yeah, dude.
TV's first victory.
Yeah.
Did he take a screenshot? I tried to pull it down in time.
Of course I did, dude. Come on. I used the print screen button in those instances
Oh,
so that
snap.
it just fast. I
Didn't
got
even
what I
have a
needed.
shot. That's great. Yeah, so obviously you can see the games are pretty quick. Like they don't have to take very long. It's even like you two have never played before, and look how quickly all three of those games just took. They weren't that long.
Right, but not only that, but look how quickly we picked up on the game. Like I'm coming in basically as a complete noob to how the game mechanics. Like I was unfamiliar with Warsaken and I had NFTs and I somewhat familiar, but as far as the game is concerned, like I knew nothing about it, and
Yeah.
I picked it all up and enjoyed my first experience with it. You guys are going to be a mainstay on Wax. I said that for a while now.
Appreciate
For
that.
other reasons, I'm reiterating it because of how fun this is a product.
What's
a
awesome
product.
about this is like it starts out as this Blitz. You can play Blitz, quick games in and out. And then you can kind of build your experience and knowledge about Warsaken as you go. And then pretty soon you can play standard and maybe you take a strategy on standard that's more straightforward. You just forces and WMDs and just, trounce your leader with overwhelming, force.
Mhm.
But you can also get into the more complicated gameplay where you're moving stuff around a lot and trying to do more complicated big brain moves, which is great. So there's like a lot of different levels for players in Warsaken. And then obviously you've got all of the ability to simply just focus on your collection, open packs, get loot packs, claim your loot, and kind of grow from there.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: what I see Darian says, just wait for standard. That game was awesome. What's the primary difference? I mean, I guess you kind of just explained it a little bit, but
yeah. So like we didn't pay attention to any of the card mechanics, right? Anything that was written on the card, like.
Gotcha.
What like crack shot and all that stuff. None of that that's ignored during Blitz. And then you only focus on just making a match and you destroy stuff. With Warsaken standard, you use resources that your territories produce and you move those resources around to play cards. And you wouldn't make a match of say like 3 Phoenix Reapers. You'd just be trying to play one just so you can get it down and start dealing 240 damage to those territories. So, but the core fundamental of, what compromises a leader, territories being eliminated, your arsenal being depleted, or having 0 morale, all still play in standard. That's the same concept. So you get familiar with that and you understand what is the, sort of next step.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Awesome. Welcome Consumer Break. Brandon, are you familiar with Consumer Break? The project? Yeah.
Yep, we've even spoken over DM and Discord
sweet, yeah.
sometimes.
Do you got? We have a collab coming up. I believe in a couple weeks with them. I think now that I think about it, I feel like I might have saw you guys also, but I'm not sure. They do the puzzles. Super awesome.
Yep.
And
super cool.
let's see, not Darian. Grevinatar game looks amazing. I couldn't agree more. VOD should be up right away. Sandy, are you still with us?
I'm still here. I'm playing the Stream Raider right now.
You're trying to win at something today.
Yeah.
That was brutal.
I was brutal. It really wasn't giving me any chance there at the like latter half of that match. I was rolling all 1s and 2s.
I feel like Sandy's gonna want to play again just so he can try and earn back a W.
Yeah, man.
I feel like I would have beaten him in the actual card game because
in standard.
I did not realize that everything I read on the card was gonna mean nothing. Even though I'd been told that repeatedly, I still felt like it was gonna mean something.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Like the way, so you got to understand, like we came up with Blitz because we felt like we wanted it to be a way for like people who didn't even read. Like, you don't have to read to play Blitz in most cases, right? You can just look at the symbols, you can match the card art, and just put them all down. And it's a way for someone who's either, like, you can imagine smaller kids playing, you could imagine obviously adults just wanting to have some quick fun and just in and out. And it doesn't require like memorizing mechanics or thinking that deeply. So it's a good way to just have like more lighthearted fun in the game, which is great. It's a cool mode.
Like it. And the whole not reading thing, I think that's why TD won.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
That was
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Point to the pictures.
You know, that's actually the best part about it. That's why you can jump in and just start enjoying. You don't even have to think too much about it, right? You just, I mean, the cards are like, I'm a match, wiggle. It's red and outlined, wiggle, wiggle. It's just, drop it down. All you have to do is click me.
Yeah.
Just so you know, because I've got the dev build here, I have had games where I've had my 5-year-old play, and he literally can play effectively this game with very little, like,
Right.
He didn't build the deck, but he can stand and use his fingers and touch the screen and make it happen. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So Matt Doomy asks, how will XP differ between Blitz and Standard?
Yeah, that's a good question. So you can kind of think in terms of you can fit about 3 to 5 Blitz games in the time span that it takes to do one Standard game. And so the XP will probably be very similar in terms of its magnitude. You'll see it's about the amount of effort and energy you put into a Standard game. There's going to be, a lot more games happening in the Blitz space. It appeals to a larger audience. It's simpler, it's more straightforward, and they're faster games. So there's going to be a lot of those. So with that comes, overall less XP than if you win in a game like Standard. But it makes sense, right? You spend half an hour playing versus 5 minutes. It's a pretty big deal. We actually were doing some tests in the Discord of the alpha build, and I built a deck and played it and won in a total of 14 minutes. Like, built a deck from scratch, and I was kind of, I'm pretty knowledgeable about the game, obviously, but within 14 minutes, I was able to build a deck, play, and win within that time frame. So it's a pretty quick turnaround for Blitz. I didn't see that. Someone commented about me beating 5-year-olds.
Oh yeah, now we know we can be beaten by 5-year-olds.
Yeah, you can. Absolutely.
They kind of stole my joke, and I just kind of tagged it on. I told Sandy to see if they're available to play right now. Get that W in there.
That's great.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, the other thing that we're going to be doing, we're going to be adding some like emotes during gameplay, so you'll have the ability to send like emote icons, like emoticons or emojis, to your opponent that kind of taunts them a little bit. But there won't be any text chats, and then we'll also have audio-based taunts from like the individual characters. So like your leader can say stuff that's a taunt.
Yeah.
All of the taunts, both the emojis, the leader ones, all of the game mats, the card sleeves, which are the backs of the cards, and like the morale counters, and all of the stuff you kind of generally see that could be customized, you could imagine as a skin, those will all be NFTs.
Sweet. Yeah, man. Let's see. Mount Doomy asks, will the game have built-in options for a tournament?
It actually will.
Nice.
We haven't. I don't know how. I didn't tell anybody that really, but there are some mechanisms that we've got going on in the designs for what we want to do. It's not going to ship with beta, obviously, and we've got some stuff to work out to make it happen. But the idea that you run a tournament is absolutely going to be a thing. And you'll be able to spawn them yourself. So you'll be able to say, hey guys, you want to play a tournament with me? And you can just play with your friends. Nice.
Yeah, that's kind of something that was, just how competitive and fun this just was. I know that you probably won't want to encourage people gambling on it just because that opens up a whole other can of worms. But if there's a way to do it that's not necessarily sponsored or directed or whatever by Warsaken, then that makes it just even more fun.
Yeah, I think, look, if you guys want to have a friendly bet on the side and somebody wins something, I mean, right. I've personally hosted card games, at my home before with friends, and where we, we'll play some number of draft rounds of, Magic the Gathering or something like that, and we'll play for a prize that I bought and just provided because I wanted to get my buddies to come over, right? So
Right.
I think it's reasonable to try and influence your friends to say, hey, I'm going to put up this prize, or hey, do you guys want to pool some cash together and get a prize?
Right,
And then,
right.
the prize is for whoever wins. I think that's totally fine.
Yeah, shout out Crypto Shots for the raid. Thank you so much. We are, we just, Brandon and I beat Sandy game after game after game.
I only lost
Sandy.
twice. And
So
you're only a
far.
coin flip, TD.
We're playing Warsaken Blitz alpha testnet. I guess I can prod here. Is there any ETA on when our amazing audience members will be able to play this?
Yeah, so the early access beta is, I don't want to say a specific date, but we are within days. Like we are within a few days of the beta being available. We've got a few things to work out. And it may be more than a week worth of days, but I'm like, we're in the days range at this point. There's a handful of things we're still working on from an animation perspective to try and make it more clear what's happening. Because you saw when we were playing, we were swapping back and forth between the sides that we're playing.
Right.
That doesn't happen anymore in the new latest builds. And so you have to you want more information about what the other player's doing. Some of that stuff is still being added.
Sure.
And there's a couple of things that we're doing to migrate some of the actions to the server, but ultimately it is functioning for the most part. It's just we got to get the whitelist up and all of that. But we're literally within I would think somewhere in a few days. Like I said, probably maybe more than a week's worth of days, but we're getting in that range. It's pretty close. It's really close. And
nice,
I'm like, I'm itching to get it out to everybody. I just can't wait for people to start playing it.
Dude.
I'm excited for people to be able to finally use their NFTs in their decks against other people. The early access beta won't be giving any rewards yet. We've still got some time to get the XP, all that stuff finished and published. But it's going to be really good.
Hell yeah. What kind of will it just come out, or will there be an announcement?
I will definitely have some announcements.
Okay.
The early access beta is going to be, we'll announce in our Discord. So if you aren't in our Discord right now, I'd recommend going to discord.gg/Warsaken.
Yeah.
And then we'll post something in announcements when we make the announcement about where to go and get signed up for the beta. And we'll have a form that you'll fill out. It'll be super straightforward. And then we'll add your name to the whitelist. And everybody will have the build. You just won't be able to play it unless your name is on the whitelist. And so there will be people who are able to play and some that won't. But mostly we're willing to approve almost anybody. We just want to make sure that they understand what they're going to be getting is still being worked on and built. And we're focused on trying to fix stuff and work on performance. Most of the bugs are gone, but we've got some performance things to work through for sure.
Yeah, Grevinator, we were playing with our decks, Sandy and I. So I think that answers this question. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yep.
Yeah, 100%.
And we load our own decks into beta, or will it be pre-made? So yeah.
Yeah, 100% your decks. The one thing to caveat here is that you have to have a Blitz ready deck. So it's got to be a deck that qualifies as Blitz ready. And you're going to need to own the NFTs for each of the slots. So if let's say you have a card that you really like, but you haven't, you don't have all 4 copies, you have 3 copies. If you don't have that 4th, you won't be able to use that deck. So do make sure as you're going through your deck construction, just take a look and make sure you've got all 4 NFTs for each.
So where would I go to?
Let me show you. Let me show you.
Find what a Blitz ready is.
So I'm going to go to my collection and go to decks here. And so these are 4 of my decks that I've been working on and playing with. So I'll just click on this Lethabo. So as I look here, I can see that this is a Blitz ready deck. And there's some suggestions here. It tells me that, hey, I don't have maybe as many ground forces as I should. But because I'm playing Blitz, it doesn't matter, right? So I can click on these different things. It tells me about my air forces. Maybe I don't have enough forces. I don't have very many WMDs. And I'm not going to produce as much resources because of the combination. But so you can see all this information about your deck.
Interesting.
And in standard, all of this stuff really applies. These are the resource cost distributions and how your territory ratios are and like what you're going to be able to produce. But in Blitz, really the goal here is to go and look and see what cards you want to add, and then you can hit show missing, and it'll show you anything that you don't own. So I own copies of each of these. But let me go back to a deck that I don't own every single copy of quite yet. So this is my
Holy shit.
This is my gold deck. Now I'm missing a couple. I'm missing a couple of these Chloe Moores, so I've been trying to track those down. But you can see, I've got 4 copies of the Romans prototype. One of them's a G-Force. 4 copies of my Goliath. And so when I expand out, you can see I have each of those in my collection. And so I'm missing another WMD. So these help me know what I need to go collect. If I really want to make a completely gold deck like this, I would need to go hunt down these cards that I'm missing so that I can play with this deck. And until I do, I won't be able to. But, if you really have a good idea for a deck, you can go and make, something by buying a few elites. You can get some great cards that are full art, or you can go buy some boosters and get the black bordered base cards, and you can build a deck really quickly with that stuff. Or shop Atomic Hub, quite frankly, so that you can get the exact cards you're looking for.
Or Nifty Blocks.
Yeah, or Nifty Blocks. Absolutely.
Yeah, Mama Mufa, Sandy needs you bad. He's awful at Blitz. So
TD is hacking the JavaScript.
That's great, since he's not even on the computer that's running the game.
Yeah.
He's in your Wi-Fi.
He is. He's here.
Hey, no worries, Mama Mufa. We're here now.
And
basic functional decks is pretty cheap. Do with commons, even for market. Only gets expensive if you go for higher staking.
Yep.
And I had to fill my. I didn't have to. I felt the need or desire to fill my G-Force. I had a Kraken and a Apex, and it's cool that you can you just go with the commons.
Yep.
I think there were like 8 or 9 wax each.
Yeah. So and with those bigger like rank 4s, obviously you're going to pay a bit more for those than you would if you were getting like a rank 1 or 2. So rank 1 forces do the same thing as a rank 4 force in Blitz. So you don't have to worry as much about the rank. Standard obviously is way different, and a lot of people want to be able to kind of flex and throw down that they've got 4 copies of a particular G-Force card, but like a Goliath or an Apex. But and so the way this would work, when you finally have signed up for Blitz beta, you'll go to the battle screen. You'll see a couple of other tabs at the top. They are going to be coming soon tabs from now, and then you'll go and hit start a match, and you'll select a deck that you want to use. Once you've selected deck, it'll say waiting for opponent, and you'll see the code that will appear here, and it'll be different than this one. This is the alpha build that doesn't have the codes. The beta build that I've been using has the codes. And then you'll give that code to someone you want to play with, and then they can come and type in the code and join the match, and then you two will be matched up. They'll select their deck, and then it'll be brought right in.
Cool. I guess down the road there will be. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that there's usually like a like online matching sometimes. In these types of games.
Yeah. So the battle code system and the way we've got this will also exist after beta. But there will also, in addition to that, be the ability to just randomly match up with anybody. And separately, you'll also be able to play with people you've played with before. So if you've played with someone before, they can show up in your recent list. You can actually friend people. When we get this all built, you'll be able to friend people that you want to play again repeatedly.
Yeah, dude, that's super cool.
And so you can play with as many people as you want and keep a number of active games going. So you can actually be switching between games if you want to.
Hell yeah. And I like that. At first I was like, dude, no timer, because I get like anxious and want things to move along. But the more I think about it, I'm like, there's so many games that I'm not playing because like I don't have the time to do it. And so
that's part of the reason that we did that. Standard is going to be kind of the same thing, because it may be even more difficult to find 30 minutes to play with someone, right? And especially like a friend or whatever. So sitting down with somebody that you appreciate, being able to take the time to let them have their move. You can go, eat dinner or whatever, come back and play again, or switch to another game with somebody else while you're waiting for someone else to make their move. So it's a good model. We're excited about that specifically.
Yeah, so will matchmaking in the future have any ranking MMR? And I also had this next question from online, and I'll let you ask that one. answer this one?
So you'll have. Sorry, it went off the screen. What was the question?
Will matching in the future have any ranking?
Yeah, so you already have a rank. So I've kind of explained this to a couple of people before. It's, in most games, you're only allowed to get your rank by wins and sort of achieving more in the game. But we kind of think about the game as a broader set of stuff. It's not just, playing and winning. It's also having a collection and investing the time to build your decks and do more. So your rank is a collective of all of that. So if you go to the store page and you look at your loot, that is your rank. And that will be how you are initially looked at without any sort of match information in your background. After you've played enough rounds and you've got some matches under your belt, we'll be able to kind of gauge how many wins you're getting in your win ratio and match you up that way.
Awesome. And then from the online in, any plan for guilds or something like that? That's the first thing that I thought of. Well, what I was thinking of is they used to play chess by like postal mail, right?
Yeah.
Way back in the day. And that, again, it just opens the door for all kinds of cool community where it's not a huge commitment from the person, right?
Yeah. So actually, I anticipate there being teams that will start forming, sort of like esports teams around this. So you'll have people who are, willing to put up the cards because they've got the investment, they want to put it in, and they think that's a good way to go. You'll have people who are just really good at playing and they want to be a part of something, but they don't necessarily have the resources to jump in as deep as like a whale, some whale does. They can get together, and the person who is, got the collection, if they have an owner or a tenant card, they'll be able to rent their decks out. They'll be able to specify who they want those decks to go to. And so certain people can have access to only those decks, and then they can collaborate on game wins. And game wins will result in XP for the winner and loot for the person who owns the owner or the tenant card that rented out the deck.
Nice. Baller.
All of that functionality is a little bit further out. I'm hopeful that we'll get that soon, but obviously we're going to be focused on. We've got a lot of things we're focused on, obviously, and it's challenging to do all of them and balance everything. And I think that's why we're feeling a little bit like we've been around and how come we haven't released the game yet. We're really, wanting to make sure that the quality bar is high, but we want to get Blitz done. We want to get Standard done. We have ally staking that we need to get out the door. And after those three things are done, we're going to be focused on things like the subscription model. Right. And there's a handful of other things like the owner cards and, wheels, spins for when you win and all that stuff.
Right. Well, you guys are doing it the right way. You're not.
Appreciate that.
You're not, getting the community to fund your idea and then realizing that you have no idea how to make a game, just throwing out anything and then, or pump and dump scams. Warsaken, it was always, and there's a few projects on Wax that are like I said, have always just been like really high up on my, games I would recommend if I was talking about Wax.
Yeah.
Million on Mars is another one. Like, I just think you guys are going to be here for a long term. And it's for that reason, man. I went and looked when I was looking for the whitelist requirements in your Discord when I asked, right before I'd asked, and I just went to go look to see when I joined the server. I can't see it specifically, but it looks like a comment. My first comment is the 7th of December of 2021.
Yeah.
And so,
just before we launch packs. Yeah. We launched on the 15th.
Yeah. And that's, I guess in terms of blockchain, crypto, NFTs, that's like a lifetime ago, but here we are now, and I'm more confident about Warsaken than I've ever been. And I think that played a big part in it.
I appreciate that. It has been a lot longer than I would have liked to have, have us be in. We had some issues with COVID that kind of definitely stumbled us early. And it was like one thing after another. Like, we took a little bit longer on deck construction than we wanted to, and we took a little bit longer on getting pack opening out than we wanted to. And all the little things kind of tack on extra time, but we're very, very, very close to getting to a point where we've got actually playable game out. I am not locked in that space. It's funny because I said this earlier to the guys before we jumped on. He bought his I'm a trendsetter, right? And so he bought his background after I bought mine. He was like, "That's a good background." I was like, "Amazon," and he bought one just like it.
Nice. Yeah, Consumer Rick says you've done great and hype around it is awesome. I can't wait for what the future holds for Warsaken and for Wax as a whole.
Yeah, me too.
Amen to that.
100%.
All right, Sandy, what questions do you have? I feel like that we could just sit here all night, but
How do I beat TD?
Yeah, I think you just didn't get as lucky as he did that last game. I don't know. Maybe you need one more. Maybe you guys need one more to see if you can tie it up, and then maybe a final.
Do we have time for a tiebreaker?
I've got time.
All right, Sandy, are you ready? Or is this going to be too traumatic? Do I have to?
Well, we can do it again. Losing 3 out of 3 is gonna be rough,
I probably won't trash talk.
Sandy's like, I'm selling my whole collection. I can't do it anymore. I can't lose this badly. All right, I rolled for you, Sandy.
Yeah,
that's a strong start. Even though you don't have matches, look deep for what you got.
All right, I gotta make my screen bigger.
While Grevinator's while we're doing this, Grevinator asked the question, what's a good tip for a good Blitz deck? I think it depends on the mix of your gameplay. Like I have a deck that's a very intel heavy deck, and its purpose is to just bounce cards and mill until you can't do anything. And that's a really powerful deck unless somebody's got a massive amount of buildings and they can go dig into their discard and get all that stuff back out and just keep trouncing me.
Yeah,
which
shout
one
out
bounces the
Doja
Intel draws
Raiders.
cards.
Intel bounces cards, and you can force someone to discard from their hand, or you can have them discard from their arsenal.
And weather
allows you 3 additional actions, or you can have an extra turn. But you have to roll on the extra turn. So you may find that you get an extra turn and you roll a 1. You may get an extra turn and roll a 6. So it just kind of depends. What do you want to drop down?
2 WMDs, one of the weathers.
This one or the other one?
Icy Works. And then 2 Intels.
All right, and welcome Raiders. MJ Doja, what's up, my friend? Thank you so much for the raid. We are playing Warsaken's Blitz. It's in the testnet alpha stage at this moment. So Brandon is being kind enough to be our hands with playing the cards. And it's just been a bloodbath. Sandy is I thought he was good at games in general, but he's not. And it's
all right.
disappointing.
Play your one. You got one.
Drop your one match that you've got.
All right.
I meant he rolled a 1.
Yeah, you rolled. Yeah, sorry, the one action. That's what.
The one action.
It's like trash talking.
Get that weather flood down there. We're gonna tsunami.
The tsunami or the terraform?
That's a good point. Yeah. Shit, that's a good point. Maybe I don't want to do that. Now drop. Put that plane force down. The one in the middle. Yeah. Let's try that. Yep.
Done deal.
Yeah.
3's a strong follow. You want to see what you have down? So you've only got 1 copy of each of these 3 that you laid down, and then 2 of the Space Strike. Yeah,
May I put the Intel down? Can I see my hand?
Mm-hmm.
I can take cards back, right?
Yeah, you can take cards back off of the table.
Okay. May I take the single stack Intel off?
Yep.
It's like your second hand. How are you already taking cards back, Sandy?
He's being smart. He's being smart. Don't question. He's gonna do it.
I don't know if smart is the word I would use for that.
Look at all this trash talk that's going on. This is great.
Can I see what's on the table again?
Yeah. He's like really thinking hard. You can tell he's like, I do not want to lose.
Can I see my hand again? I am not losing again.
He's like, I got this in the bag. Even if I lose, it's fine. Like,
I'll put the other weather card down.
The other weather.
Or didn't I just take that up?
You took up the Intel Rummage. So you had this weather down, and you took the Intel Rummage up.
I'll end my turn instead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Strategic.
I'm overthinking it.
Strategery.
Yeah. All right. Let's go 6. Oh, damn it.
I think you jinxed it when you asked for the 6.
Yeah. Let's drop down those 2 hammerheads and and Nathan. Drop Nathan down.
This is stronger.
Party.
Yeah. Okay.
Oof, that's a tough roll.
Yeah.
Can I see the deck again?
Yeah, so you have nothing in your discard. You got these down.
Okay. I'll play the Goliaths, I guess. Because I still have 2 left in my hand. Yeah.
Ooh, a 4.
So, Brandon, Lee's Comic asks, will Warsaken be setting up a reward pool for loot on Taco Swap?
There is a... I think Coleman announced that in a stream earlier today that we are going to be doing a liquidity pool.
Nice.
So that will be coming, and it is... Yeah, I think he was waiting to get it all finalized before it was ready to go.
Sweet. Oh, I see Mama Move answered that. All right. Is this me?
Yeah. These are your cards, aren't they?
That's a great question. So we obviously want to go with the Intel, throw those down, and let's go ahead and bounce
Select target.
1 off of each of his. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Select
That
target.
one out of there. That one out of there.
Select target.
That one out of there.
Oof, that's tough.
And then let's. I
You
got
had that needle down with your last move.
Say again.
I shouldn't be helping. Sorry, you've got one of these already down.
Yeah.
So just
Yeah, I think that's what makes the most sense. Yeah, absolutely. Let's do that.
shouldn't be helping. I'm sorry, Sandy. I'll
It's
You're
at
good.
this
You're
point.
good.
Is this at this point? Like I feel like we should both be helping him every possible way we could.
I'll put down the matching weather card. I was not looking at the screen. Did TD take my cards up? He did.
Yes.
He did, yeah.
You suck. I'll take. Well, actually, can I see my hand again?
Yeah. You've almost got a building match, and you'd be able to go back in and get some of those that just got bounced, but
Okay.
Kind
I will
of.
take the Intel off and put one of the buildings down. Maybe that.
All right.
Oh, TD.
I have way too many force cards in my deck.
You'd be surprised. I mean, it just depends on your strategy, how you want to roll.
All right. So I mean, I have to run the Intel again, right?
You don't have to, but I mean, it's definitely an option. Do you want to bounce, discard, or
We're gonna. Let's just keep bouncing him. We'll make him work.
what do you want to bounce? Because there's a kind of different
So
mix.
take 1 off of the 2, and then 1 each of his forces,
Select
right?
target.
He's got this force this is a force, and then he's got
Select
Yeah,
a
target.
is
building
that
and a WMD.
Oh, the WMD out of there. Yeah, that's what he's hoping for. So I know.
Oh, brutal. TD is not.
Yeah.
He's not being kind right now.
Now, and then we got 2 more. Let's drop down 2 weathers, right? 2 terrifying storms. I'm gonna get this. God damn it.
I think you're a natural, TD. You're doing pretty well.
Oh yeah. Huh. Thank you.
Oh snap!
I'll place all those force cards down. Yes, please.
Select target.
Excellent. Which one do you want to blow up? This one,
The
I think has
green
the
one.
most.
Yeah, the night vision.
Yeah. It's about who strikes hardest, not who strikes first.
I'll match the building.
You know, it's funny though. You look at like the the time you've spent, TD, on bringing the Intel game and kind of like pushing his cards out. But because of that, you haven't been making other matches, right?
Right. Shit. What do I have here?
So you have a full stack.
Yeah, and nothing matching, right?
Well, the Nathan Smith in your hand, and you've only got 3 actions. So you could put stuff down or take stuff back. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I was just throw down the Nathan.
Boring.
Yeah, throw that down, and yeah, we'll just beat him in the next hand. You can go. Yeah.
Sure. Sure.
Can you win in one roll?
I have rolled, and this actually happened in the alpha video that I posted on YouTube. I had 4 turns in a row because I had enough weather matches and I was pulling stuff. It was pretty good.
May I put down the 2 Phoenix Reapers?
Yep. He's got you real scared on bouncing.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
So here's a tip. If he doesn't have any intel down, the chances that you're going to get bounced are a little lower. Not always, but
I'm not getting matches here, right? That's what my issue is.
And the tables have turned.
Yeah, it's okay, because that weather card is going to drop on my next turn. So yeah, if I don't have anything, I'm okay. Just like it's like a handicap, right? We're playing golf. Like I'm letting him.
You're letting
get a couple extra hands and chances.
I'll do the Phoenix Reaper and then the Orbital.
I was gonna say, I think you're about to repeat those words, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eliminate all his lands. Expose his leader.
Select target.
Oh my gosh.
He dropped both his W.
I dropped a force and a W. I matched a force and then 3 WMDs.
So, for as much smack talking as you did, TD, and for as much bouncing you've done, you have not hit a single territory yet.
That's okay. Here they come right here.
Okay. Oh, that's a big
Oh, he
roll.
did pull it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, fucking finish him, please.
What are you gonna play? You can't just tell him to play for you.
Okay, so
all right. So hang on. You should look. What do you have in your discard? So you've got only intel in here. So be careful about that.
Okay.
But you have this match.
Yeah.
Which is a force, and you have this, which should get you an extra turn. And these can go get stuff out of discard.
And I can hold on to those for now, right? Okay, yeah.
You've got 6 actions. So, and you're gonna, if you use this to get an extra turn, you're obviously gonna have
great
another roll.
So let's start with the force. Yeah, and we want to do that.
Select target.
You can take out his.
And then yeah. Okay, can I?
You want to do a different one?
No. That's good. Go ahead and destroy that. I'm just thinking how I can win down to none of my territories left, and make things saying he's gonna have a chance, but then completely swipe that away. Yeah. And so I feel like that those WMDs and the bouncing, right? So like, correct me if I'm wrong, these 3 here will go in and then they'll pull those intels out, and I'd have to wait for another turn to play those, right?
Yeah, or you could pull out the forces as well. Because they're now in the discard because you just.
Oh, great! Yeah. Or I can wipe off his board completely.
Yeah, and if you choose to do the Terrifying Storm and you get an extra turn, you may draw the WMD.
Yeah.
So it's it's tough. It's tough to know. You might roll a 1. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Okay, so I definitely want to go get those cards out, right? So we'll use 3 for that.
Okay.
And I want to, I guess.
Which 3 do you want? Intel or
3
forces?
intel. Yep. 3 intel. Yeah, I'm gonna beat him with the WMD, and so I just need to set up for that. So let's go ahead and drop those.
So now
No. Yeah. We got to do that first. Yep.
You want the 3 extra actions in this turn without an extra roll, or do you want an extra turn with a roll?
Yeah, we need an extra turn with a roll.
Okay.
And so do we have one more here?
You got 1 more, yeah. So you can either play one of these or something else, or.
What are those there? Those are forces, right?
Intels.
No, these are the
intels.
intels.
Intel, the ones
yeah,
I
these
pulled
are the
out.
intels.
Right, gotcha.
So if you drop one of these down and at least roll a 2, you could make an intel match.
Perfect. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, that makes
You
sense.
do have to roll at least a 2 though.
Yeah.
You tell me when. You tell me when.
I'll just click on it. Yeah, when you see the logo next.
Okay.
This one here. There you go. Boom.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Okay. So now let's
that
destroy.
was hacking right there that just went down.
Whatever, dude.
Oh.
Okay. So
Oh my gosh.
now we're gonna we can finish.
So everybody
Yeah, let's do the
audience
intel and the
knows.
WMD, and we'll come back and we'll clean up the rest.
Okay,
of,
so now you've only got 5 actions. So remember,
Right.
if you lay these 3 down and then the intel, you should be able to get the 2 intel down and the 3 WMDs.
Yep, that's what I want to do. Yep.
All right.
Go get
And
him.
do you want to bounce, discard, or mill?
Let's clear his board there. So yeah, bounce
Select target.
that. All
this
that
is
shit out of here.
Select
Yeah.
target. Select target.
Yeah. And
And then you want to drop these.
Yep.
Select target.
Okay. And then I assume you want to leave the lowest one. You want to get the 2 biggest.
Yeah. What the WMDs do?
They destroy 2 territories
down.
only. They cannot destroy a leader, and you can only do 1 per game.
Gotcha.
Ooh.
Okay.
This is hacking. I'm telling
Did
you.
he get a 1?
He rolled a 1.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Weather card. We'll go with the weather card.
Do you feel like it's a rainy day? That's why you played.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh,
Oh.
he rolled a 6.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
That is very lucky.
So this is pretty much.
You have a win right here with these 2. If you
Yeah.
just play one of these, blow away his territory, and then
Is there any way that I can use all 6 and cause more damage or more just
I mean, you
like
can get a whole other
psychological
turn
trauma
right
to
here
my
with the weathers.
opponent?
yeah,
so that-
you could play all of the
Yeah.
weather and have
Yeah.
an extra turn.
Yeah, let's do that. That's what I want to do.
You can also just go to sleep.
Sammy, don't give up yet. No, I'm
Yeah.
sure you're
No,
toast.
no, it's
Oh, and then I
it's
can.
GG's.
What's the?
I gotta
These-
build a better deck.
these
This
are
is what I get for
buildings-
doing
Okay,
this last
gotcha.
minute.
You
Yeah.
got morale matched over here as well.
Sweet.
I mean, you have the win in the bag right now.
Yeah.
You could screw it up if you do something silly. So I'm just
Right.
saying.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that. So I have 1 turn left.
You
and
have
if
3.
I
You have
win-
3. You have 3 actions left.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and drop one of those forces.
Be
Yep,
careful.
take out that last territory.
Select target.
Oh my goodness. Are you okay, Sam? I feel really bad.
Leader compromised.
And so that one would win, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
But
you
I
only
have
have to
my-
roll a 1 to do that on your next turn. So you could use the 2 actions to do something.
Right.
else.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. That's what I was just about to say. Is there anything that I can drop to? So let's go ahead and pick up my morale. So let's
Go pick up a WMD and kill me twice.
Yeah, drop 2 of those morales down. Yeah.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
meaning the buildings.
Yeah.
Oh, you only rolled a 2.
Yeah. Ah, shit.
It doesn't
Oh,
matter. He's
no.
got the matching force cards right there.
He does if he plays them. I'm not,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
sure
yeah.
what he's doing.
Yeah, go ahead, finish it off. Good games.
All right.
Select
There we
target.
Don't
go.
worry. I'll take care of it.
Poor Baron Valoran.
So
Yeah, you got
in,
abused.
in all seriousness, would it have made sense to do that? Like, would I get if it were
No, if
standard
you've got the
gameplay-
win, if you've got the win, you just go for the win. You get the points based on the total XP of your deck that you used.
Gotcha. So then that was just showboating and taunting, right?
Yeah, the taunts I think would have helped if those were in. So we'll get those in so you can taunt.
Yeah. What a fun game. I love it.
That's awesome. Sandy doesn't feel the same way right now.
Shit. Yeah, I would be pretty bummed if I had me down to like one territory and not playing very well. And then just the luck of that dice, right? Die.
It's because I'm not the one rolling it, so I don't get my luck.
That's fair. That's true. That's fair.
Taunts do help.
console.
In all seriousness, Annie, good game, dude. This is fun.
This is fun.
yeah.
I like how competitive it feels, especially
Yeah.
Good
that it
thing.
can turn around like that so easily. That was
Yeah.
cool to see.
I
I just was hoping to be the one to turn it around.
I've played games where I've had it in the bag, and then out of nowhere, someone just like on what I felt like was their last turn, they come around and beat me.
I think Coleman was telling me about one time when he did that to you.
I don't think that
And-
happened. I'm not sure that took place. Coleman has a foggy memory.
All right.
Something he's telling me about one time playing Blitz where somebody got turned around on.
I think he
forgot
might have
when
been
that was.
remembering himself. You know, like, oh, I got turned around. Coleman, he popped in here to Sanika remembers.
So here's a great question, and I was gonna ask you this on the side, but is this something that you guys would consider for streamers or for projects?
Like we have an entire plan around trying to build the streamer community. So
Yeah.
we want streamers playing games of Blitz. We want them getting the rewards. We want them trying the roles that you get. So we're gonna have this entire role system where spins. Sorry. So when you win enough games, you'll get a free wheel spin, and you can go buy free wheel spins or buy wheel spins with loot. And then you can get, in-game items, and you can get other stuff, and then go open packs, and
Hell yeah.
the whole experience. Build a deck, try some stuff. You pull a great
Mhm.
card, you want to add it to a deck. I think it's easy to sink hours into Warsaken of just enjoyment in different game modes and stuff. And so once Standard is done and Blitz is done, we have another mode that's going to be draft based that is going to come out. We're not sure exactly how we're going to deal with Cabal in the digital space. Cabal is like a single player mode. It's got kind of a story to it, like you
Okay.
run missions effectively.
Yeah.
But like, there's so much to do inside the game that we feel like there's going to be people wanting to talk strategy, talk
Right.
about how they're winning, talk about what they did. There's going to be discussions about new cards. Like, we're already alpha complete with the design for set 2. We've got over 50% of the art complete for set 2.
Wow.
So we're going to keep rolling. Like, there's
Yeah,
so
dude.
much to deliver, and this game is going to just keep growing. So yeah, absolutely. Every streamer that comes to us, assuming that they feel like they've got the hardware to run it and they don't have any issues, we're going to make sure that they have early access for sure.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Count us in. I mean, shit. I would love to help
Awesome.
drive that for us. Yeah.
We have a bunch of streamer stuff too. We have a streamer pack that is basically like, what is it? OBS
Yeah.
assets, like,
Nice.
transitions, and we've got
Yeah.
all of the music from the albums. So we have two albums. We're not quite finished with the second album, but we have all of the 2021 Warsaken soundtrack album. You can leverage all that music. All that's going to be in-game NFTs as well, and we'll play while you're playing, and you can control your playlist.
Yeah.
So, like, let me just bring this up because I don't think we actually talked about any of it. So in here, you can see this is the full list of all the tracks. And so you can turn off the ones that you don't want to listen to. You can specify the
Nice.
ones that you do, and just, you can control your different volumes for different things. But you can add, these will come from your wallet. So they'll show up in this list because they're in your wallet.
Nice.
And then you'll be able to select which ones you like and don't like, and they'll save. They don't save right now, but they will save.
Right.
And then
Nice.
it'll just randomly shuffle, and you can skip around. So, like, there's all of those same tracks are available for all of our streamers. And we've also got the domain warsaken.tv we're working on trying
Nice.
to build up. So you'll be able to go there and see which streamers that are endorsed by us that are live now, and watch their streams directly there, and then, jump into
Hell
their
yeah.
audience.
Yeah, that's super cool. I mean, I was just kind of thinking the way that we've been handling this. I don't know if you've messed with the Twitter Dev API at all, but I'm like, you could maybe even make a community type version where they're directing the hands through commands
Yeah.
in the Twitch combo. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
just
that could
voting
be
on
really-
what cards to play.
Yeah, that'd be really cool, actually. Yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunity for us to
dude,
just
for
expand
sure.
this whole thing. So yeah, we're looking for all of that.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, Sandy, are you still with us?
I am.
Um,
You say that like I died.
We
Yeah, I
can't
know.
see you. That's why we
Yeah,
only see your
we-
streamer.
I'm not sure if you're crying or what the deal is.
It's hiding his face.
Do you have anything for our audience or for Brandon before we let him go? This has been super cool, man.
You're
Thank
not,
you
but
so
now I
much.
feel like I have to prove that I wasn't crying this whole time by turning my camera on. It's good games. I
Yeah,
feel like
dude.
I learned what I lost to, so I'll build a better deck.
Yeah, this was super
That's the way
fun.
to do it.
I can't wait to do it again.
I hope that by the next time we do Warsaken Wednesdays, fingers crossed, there's maybe a beta for you guys to try. I don't know.
Hell
We'll
yeah,
see.
dude.
If not,
Awesome.
don't hold me to it. But I'm gonna keep pushing. So we'll see what we can get done.
Yeah, that's super exciting. All right, audience, any questions for Brandon before we get you guys off to wherever we're sending you? What? I'm crying a bit.
Channels that are on right now?
Yeah. I need to.
Bulldogs on. Do
Sweet.
people want to watch somebody play Valorant? My neighbor is streaming Valorant right now.
I don't know what that is.
It's a Web 2 game.
When Sandy will win match. Ha, great question. We can end
Next
on
time.
that.
Next time.
Brandon,
Glad
thank
it's
you so much again, my friend.
Thank you for letting us come on.
Yeah.
Thank you for spending time with us. This has been one of our favorite times of the week now.
Hell yeah. And for us as well, got a nice viewer count here, so we'll continue spreading that word, and I can't wait for the beta. It's going to be super exciting. All right, audience, thank you so much. Sandy, thanks for being the lamb to the slaughter for us tonight, and you guys enjoy the rest of your evening.
Go on, everybody.